Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and go into it. Travis, why don't you be the buyer, and
Julian's our
Julian,
agent, man.
you're the agent.
All right, Julian, need your
And
camera on.
Julian, yeah, get your camera
All
on.
right, keep me on like 1 second. All right, hold on.
Bang.
Let's go.
Let's go, Julian.
Let's
All
go.
right. All right. So whenever you're ready, you can start it off.
All right, sounds good. Hi, Travis. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing well, Julian, man. Thanks for having me.
I just want to say thank you for meeting up with me through via Zoom. And what I wanted to do today is hopefully get a better understanding on how the home buying process works.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if you don't mind me asking, what is your motivation in making this move?
I think it's time, man. I'm in a apartment. I got 2 kids, wife, and a dog. And I'm really just looking to kind of upgrade. Own my own home, have a backyard. That sort of thing.
Yeah, I totally understand it, and I totally get it. It's time to like invest into yourself, And if you don't mind me asking, how long have you been searching for?
Well, I've been seriously thinking about moving, for probably about a month now, and then now I figured, hey, might as well get the game going, and actually, see what it takes or see what I need to do to start this process.
Yeah. Okay. So it's kind of fuck. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Guys.
Keep going.
Hey, hold on, Julian. So here's the thing. A lot of balls stepping up on the call, right? There's a lot of agents in your situation that wouldn't do that.
I'm sorry, guys.
Dude, you're
good. You're good, dude.
That's what we're here for.
Certified.
Mhm.
When you come onto this, obviously you're going to put more pressure on yourself when you have 10 agents watching you. But
Yeah.
just like though, when you meet a client for the first time, you're going to have these anxiety level. So you need to learn how to get yourself in a controlled state, right? To control your breathing, to control your emotions and everything, because you're going to be nervous when you give the showing.
Yeah.
I
was wondering if we could start over, please.
Yeah,
right.
we can do it one more time.
All
Whenever
right,
you're ready.
Hey, Julian, pick up the energy and be like bubbly, like, oh, hey, man, how's
Be
it
your
going?
normal self. Try and
Exactly.
be normal and as authentic as possible. Don't be a robot just reading the script.
All right, so it sounds good. Are you ready, Travis?
I'm ready to go, brother.
All right, sounds good. Hi, Travis. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. I appreciate you for having me, Julian.
Yeah, no problem. So today, the reason why we're on via Zoom, of course, is just to basically get a better understanding how the home buying process works, and hopefully damn.
Good. Keep going, man. We're just having a conversation.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, so basically, I just want to say thank you for meeting up with me through via Zoom, and we could just get a better understanding how this home buying process works. And if you don't mind me asking, what is your motivation on making this next move?
Well, like I said, I'm in an apartment. I have a wife, 2 kids, a dog, and we really need to it's a 2-bed, 2-bath, and it's just too tight, where it's like packed in like sardines. So we need to expand a little bit.
Okay. I know you're saying it's like too tight and et cetera like that. And like, are you talking about inside? Are you looking for like a big backyard?
I'm looking for my own yard. Yeah, start out my own yard. More bedrooms, more bathrooms. Than I have right now. Just more space.
Yeah. I totally get it, man. And if you don't mind me asking, how long have you been searching for?
I've been really looking into it for probably about a month now. But like I said, I don't really know what to do or how to get started. I just know that I've been kind of looking.
Yeah, and is there any like where specific? Because I know you've been looking for a month. Is there anywhere specific that you were looking at?
Do you know why?
Say that one more time. Kind of cut out there.
To do with the brother.
Brittany, can you mute your mic? Sorry, I can't mute it.
I got you.
Hey, Brittany, can you mute your mic? Can we kick her? Sorry, guys. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, Travis. Is there anywhere specific you were looking
Yeah, I'd like to be in the Stockton, Modesto area. Anywhere in between that is fine.
at? Okay, so Stockton and Modesto. And is there something about those areas that you liked, or you were just familiar with those areas?
I'm familiar with it. I also work close to them, so I don't want to commute too far, or move too far away from where my job's at. That's also families around the area.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. Okay. So Stockton and Modesto area, and I know you said that that currently right now you're in like a tight situation and you're looking for a little bit more beds, more bath, and a good amount of home space. And I was wondering, what is your ideal like beds and bath?
Well, preferably 3 beds, 2 baths, but 4 beds is also fantastic for me.
Yeah.
4 bed, 2.5. Well,
Mhm.
that works. Anything above 3.
Right.
And above.
Okay, sounds good. So 3 bed, 2 bath, and like. Damn. Okay, so 3 beds.
So here's what I'll say, Julian. Like I said, major kudos to stepping up, man. It takes a lot of, it's not easy. There, very few of my agents would do that at this stage. One thing I will say, man, is there's no fast track to success, right? If you can't deliver your buyer's consultation in this manner, hey, God, now all of a sudden I'm drawing a blank.
No, I feel like I know it. Like I feel like I know the buyer's consultation, but just like actually like talking about it and like, because there's so many scenarios how the buyer's consultation could go,
Well, let's talk about mastering it, right? Those basics, right? Because I think once you have those down and you have the confidence, it makes it easier. So if you have it down, what's the first slide?
What is your motivation in making this next move?
Second slide.
Searching.
Third slide.
Have you found anything you liked or loved?
Fourth slide.
Like your ideal time in being in the next home?
It would be, tell me about your ideal home, right?
Oh yeah, tell me about your ideal home.
What's the next slide?
What is your ideal time frame like you would like to be in your next home?
What's the next slide?
Have you talking to a lender yet?
What's the next slide?
And then I know I've been throwing a lot of questions at you, and do you have any questions for me?
What's the next slide?
The recap.
Okay.
And then after that is the real estate market, and if we're gonna be all in on the house, then let's be all in. And yeah. And then after that it's gonna be do you have any other funds that we could put down on the house?
Mm-hmm. What else?
And then how like the Camara, how we're different from other brokerages and what we could do at the Camara group. And basically we're like a one-stop shop.
You do have a good understanding. I was thinking you had to think through your scripts. You do have a pretty good understanding, Julian. So keep stepping up in these role plays. It will help you getting that familiarity that you're looking for. Like I said, man, in this stage of the game, we expect you to be right where you're at, right? So if you have higher expectations, if you have crazier expectations, then that's on you. But where you're at in this stage, you're actually exceeding our expectation, right? You're getting a mastery, you're not lead certified, all those good things. Now we just need to learn how to put it in a conversation.
Yeah.
Work on some of these things on a one-on-one basis, but also the biggest outlet for you is going to be the role play.
Okay.
All right. So, hey, don't beat yourself up, man. Great job and way to step up. And we're only going to get better from here, right?
Yes, man.
All right. Cool.
So the Dukes, are you on here? Oh, are you you're in class? Okay. Helen.
Yes.
All right, Helen. Let's do the buyer's consultation.
Okay.
I will be Sally the buyer. Just kidding. I'll be Andre the buyer. And whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hi, Andre. Thank you for meeting up with me today.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Oh,
I'm doing good.
That's great. So I'm excited about talking to you about the buying process, but I have a couple of questions for you before. So what got you motivated to buy a house?
My wife and I divorced. I found out she cheated on me with the mailman, and so now I'm ready to get my own place and buy a house.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, you know what? Let's try to find a house and make it up. So
Yeah.
how long have you been waiting? How long have you been looking? I'm sorry.
I wanted to wait forever for my wife, but apparently,
How long have you been looking for a house?
I have been looking for a house for the last, honestly, 2 weeks. I just found out the news, a few weeks ago. So I said, hey, I got to get out of here and get my life started.
That's great. That's awesome. So have you seen something that you love or like by now?
I mean, anything that's not under the same roof that she's under is a good house. So I'm not really too picky, but outside of this house, I haven't really seen anything.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about your ideal home. So what are the musts to have, like in concern for bedrooms, bathrooms, like the area that you're looking to buy in?
3 beds, 2 baths, and I want a good area. I want an area where there's like a younger community now that I'm back on the market. Mm-hmm. So maybe something that's a little younger community, and then I'd like a pool and RV access. Okay,
sounds good. Well, time is very important. And since, you're trying to find something to start a new journey, what's the time frame that you have in your mind to be in your new home?
As soon as possible.
As soon as possible. Sounds good. So have you talked already to a lender about your financial options?
No, we're actually selling the house. So I'm going to walk away with about $400,000. But I do want to keep some of that, so I haven't spoke to a lender yet.
Okay, that's awesome. Then maybe our next step also to connect you with the lender to get that figured out. So I have thrown a lot about on you. So do you have any questions for me?
No, not at this point.
Okay, so a little bit recap. You're looking for 2 bedrooms in a nice area where it's a younger area, and you would love to have a pool as well in the house.
Yes.
Okay, great. So, you probably have heard a lot about this crazy market that we are in from the news and everywhere. And I would like to give you a little bit of information about that market. And I have like 3 points that I want you to be familiar with. The first point is that when you look at listings on websites like Zillow, Realtor.com, or even our website, and you see that list price, I want you to think of it as the bidding, the start of a bidding, and that you're in an auction. And that's because a lot of houses are being sold above that list price. Number 2, the sellers are getting multiple offers on their houses, and it ranges from 5 to 8 offers. And usually we don't see them countering any of these offers. And that's why we would like, because they accept the best and strongest offer, we would like to start with our best and strongest offer when we're putting an offer on a house. The third point is that the sellers are expecting us to come up with the difference in appraisal and the offer price that we put on the house. And what I mean by that is that if we put an offer, for example, on a house for $400 and the appraisal comes at $380, the seller is expecting you to bridge that gap by paying some or most of that $20,000, that the difference between the appraisal and the offer that we're putting on. So with that being said, how much cash do you have beside the down payment that you can use in order to bridge that gap if it comes to that point?
I'd be comfortable with about $10,000.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so now let me tell you a little bit about what I can provide you with. I know that the buying process is kind of gets stressful somehow, and at the Camara Group, we would like to make it easier for you throughout this process. And what we do is that we work with a small group of clients just like you, so that we can ensure a personal touch. The second thing we do is that we continuously look at listings daily and weekly, so that we can do most of the search for you and provide you with those lists. We also look at upcoming listings. And we talk to agents in our team and in our brokerage to make sure that we have first tips on those. And if they match your criteria, we will share them with you. And we continue to work when we are in contract with your affiliates and with everybody on the transaction to make sure that that everything is going smoothly and easy. So what do you think about all of that? Do you feel confident about working with us?
Yeah. I mean, that all sounds really good.
That's awesome. Okay, I don't know what to do.
No,
Okay,
so
so-
Helen, wow. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I was very impressed with your presentation and where, I was kind of anticipating where you might be at this stage of the game, not hearing you on a lot of role plays. I think your approach, how you come across, is very like trustworthy. Were you in the training yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a trick question or anything, I promise.
Yeah, I was.
So the reason why I say that is because he says, hey, just be honest, right? Like something about your presentation, the way you come across is very honest, it's very trustworthy, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I really, really like you in a situation with a showing. I think people are going to really, really fall in love with you. Now, on have you heard about the market?
Mhm.
I felt like that was probably the only spot where I felt like it got a little choppy, right? Okay. Where maybe you didn't come across as super comfortable like you did in the rest of the presentation. Mm-hmm. Everything else, it seemed like you didn't really think about the slide or whatever. You're just kind of talking to them. When you got to that market thing, it got a little bit choppy. So I would just go over those 3 things and kind of rehearse those a little bit better. I think that would have a major improvement. At the end, and only on the one slide where it's like, what do you do differently? I don't know if you were reading your script because maybe you didn't know all the things, but it might have came across as more monotone than the rest of your presentation.
Okay.
But overall, if you can get in front of people, Helen, you have the personality type, you have the charisma, the character of being a very honest and trustworthy person. That's at least what I took away from it.
Okay. I wasn't reading, but I forgot most of that. Yeah, that was about the Camara group, and that's why I was trying to remember that.
One thing that does happen, Helen, is some of this dialogue might not be your true nature of how you speak, right? We just want you to have a baseline. Once we get you lead certified, me and you might work together on a one-to-one basis to create the consultation in more of your language.
Yeah.
And that could be a problem too. Like I said, almost flawless. Those 2 things, the one on the market got a little choppy. The one on you do different got a little monotone. Okay. Other than that, I would have thought you've given several of these kind of consultations before.
Okay, thank you.
Any feedback from Andre or Travis?
No, I mean, you nailed it pretty much. Like I said, she does feel very trustworthy. She's very like you said. And yeah, it got a little choppy, but I kind of expected it to be since it was like your first time actually doing the buyer's consult with us. I did want to say, Jordan, that we do have a volunteer. Karima would like to go next. She would like to do a buyer's consult. She reached out to me and asked if she could.
Okay.
So if Andre or Jordan, can you, because I have to step out for me to meet up with a client right now for some signatures.
Yeah, that's fine. I could do that. To piggyback Helen, so I really did like the flow of it. One thing that I would say that is really going to be a separator for us when we're explaining kind of what we do differently is the off-market properties, especially with bidding wars, things of that nature. So having that in your arsenal is, hey, over the Camara group, we've actually helped several families secure off-market properties where we eliminated competition. It's just one way where we can outbeat the market. And then the close, which we can work on the close. That's not hard. But after you explain it, the 2 questions is, hey, Helen, can you see how us sitting down or can you see how us having this discussion could really help the home buying process, make it a better process for you moving forward? And then are you comfortable and confident with our team's approach in helping you in your next home purchase? So just those 2 questions. But other than that, I think you did really good, especially for not necessarily being lead certified and throwing yourself to the fire. I thought that was very well done, and you're only going to get better.
Thank you.
One more kudos that I want to give you, Helen. When I deal with most agents, right, and they get nervous, or like you did when you had to start thinking about the different things that we do differently and stuff, they want to do nervous chatter. They throw a lot of heys, and then they go on like different directions, trying to be like all customer servicey and use a lot of words. You were very good at that, even when you weren't comfortable with something or didn't seem like you were, keeping your tonality and not upping your voice or nervous chatter or any of that. That was the most impressive thing, and make sure you keep that with your clients. If you don't know the right answer, who cares? There's a lot of times I have 10 years of experience. They ask me something I don't know, but I keep a cool, calm demeanor, and I'm not coming across as inexperienced or uneducated and all that. And that's what you did. So we'll let you go ahead and move on. Way to throw yourself in the hot seat. Great job, Helen. Karima, you're next.
All right, let's go, Karima.
I just want to say today is actually me and my husband's 5-year wedding anniversary, 7-year relationship anniversary, because we got married on our anniversary. So I'm here on my anniversary to be here with you guys.
Nice. You're kind of crazy, Karima, but I like it.
Yeah, I like it. Hey, what's your secret? Because I can't even make a relationship last 3 days.
Just be good, be enjoyable. I'm a fun person. He kind of loves it because he's pretty boring, but don't tell him I told you.
All right, well, right on. So when you're and then if you don't mind turning your camera on, and we'll get this thing started. I'll be the buyer, you'll be the agent.
Okay, let me go ahead. It says it's on. It's not on?
Yeah, it's on. It's on.
I was gonna say. I thought I turned it on.
Yeah. Either way, you can go.
Is it on?
It's not on again now. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
I blame it on Brittany. There we go. It's on.
Okay. So, really, hello, Andre. I'm happy that you were able to make it to see me today.
Yeah. Thank you for meeting me out at the property.
Well, how are you?
You know what? Not too good with the news that I just kind of received. That's why I'm getting started with the home buying process. But I'll be better once I get my house.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry to hear that. But okay, a little bit. But okay. So I see that you've been looking for a home. What is your reasons for looking for a new home now?
So, my husband and I actually just were getting divorced. He cheated on me with the sushi chef at our favorite spot that we used to go to. And so now I don't want to be living with him. And now I can't have the best sushi I ever had because I'm not going to support someone's business who contributed to that. So honestly, it could be, it could be a lot better.
I'm so sorry to hear that. But, how long have you been searching?
I've been searching for the last 3-4 weeks.
3-4 weeks. Okay. So you're fairly new to the searching process.
Yes.
And have you ran into any homes that you love?
No, not really.
No, not that you love. Okay. And then, oh gosh.
No, you're good. You're good. No, it's fine. So any homes? So have you seen any homes that you liked or loved? No. Okay. Well, tell me about your ideal home.
Yes. Tell me about your ideal home.
So my ideal home, it needs to be close to a sushi restaurant. 3 beds, 2 baths, a big backyard, and a pool. And it has to have solar.
It has to have solar. Okay, I'll put that in there. And then, have you spoken with a lender by chance? Or do you know your buying power?
No, I haven't spoken to a lender.
Okay, well, I definitely could get you in contact with a lender so that we can figure out your buying power and everything. And then, okay, I'm lost.
You're good. So I know I've thrown a lot at you, Andre. Did you have any questions for me?
I know I've thrown a lot at you, Andre. Did you have any questions for me?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so there's 3 things with the market right now. We're in a really hot market. It's more of a seller's market. And what that means is that the homes that you see on Zillow and Redfin and all of that, it's really more of a starting bid. Okay. And so we have to put our best offer forward because it's a competitive market. Okay. Okay. So, it's competitive market.
So the second thing is every home that gets listed.
Oh yeah, every home that gets listed has about 5 to 8 offers put in. So I wanted to ask you, did you have any other funds besides your besides your down payment that you would be comfortable with putting towards bridging the gap between the appraisal price and the buying price?
No. So you skipped. You skip. So we go into money after we do that. So number two, hey Karima, every home that's listed on the market gets anywhere between 5 to 7 offers on it. And so it's really important that when we see a home that we love, that we write our highest and best offer, because sellers aren't countering back, being that they have so many offers. So we just want to make sure we put our best foot forward. And then the third thing that we're seeing is, sellers are expecting buyers to come in and pay the appraisal gap. And so what that means essentially is appraisal gap is going to be the difference between what a home appraises at and what you're in contract for. And so to give you a quick example, let's say you're in contract on a property for $400,000 and the appraisal comes back at $380,000, Karima. Sellers are expecting you to come up with the difference in that amount. In this case, would be $20,000. So with that being said, Karima, outside of your down payment and everything you have allocated towards your closing costs, what amount do you have that's comfortable that you'd like to spend if we run into that issue?
Can we start over? Can we start
over?
Yeah,
no, perfectly fine.
Because I just got the jitters because I was like all excited, but. Let's just give it one more.
Well, all right, I'm gonna give you scenarios. The reason why I throw these crazy things out like divorce and sushi, it's because I want to get you guys bubbly to laugh and then just kind of like get rid of that. So no, when you're ready to go, I'll come up with another scenario in my head.
Okay. Let's go now. All right. Hello, Andre. Thank you for being here to see me. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Actually, not so great, but I'm doing the best I can.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that things are not so great, but I hope I can make them better. What are your reasons for making this move?
So my wife and I are getting divorced. We can't come to an agreement on whether Thrive or First Form make the best supplements, and so we decided to go our separate ways. And so I'm moving out, and I'm coming back down this way.
Okay, totally understandable. And I know you and your wife are getting divorced. So how long have you been searching for a new home?
For about 3 weeks.
3 weeks. And in those 3 weeks, have you found anything that you love?
No, nothing yet.
Oh, well, I hope I can help you with that. Tell me about your ideal home. What's the beds and the baths?
Well, now that I'm downsizing by myself, definitely a 3-bed, 2-bath so I can have an office. It's got to have a pool and a spa. I'm looking for more of like a bachelor pad, to be honest, now that I'm kind of like, planning for life by myself. But yeah, I would say pool, spa, solar, and 3 beds, 2 baths, and definitely updated.
Okay. And have you spoken with a lender?
I have not spoken with the lender yet.
Well, we actually have a group of preferred lenders. Is there any time frame that, in the perfect world, what time frame would you like to be in your new home?
I would say in the next 3 months.
The next 3 months. Okay. I know I've thrown a lot at you. Just to recap, you've been looking for 3 weeks. You want to move in the next 3 months, and you don't really have an ideal home?
Yeah, no, I just want to make sure it's in a growing community, not a thriving community, but a community that's growing, that has a lot of growth with industry, shopping centers, things of that nature too.
Okay, so I'm going to go in and tell you a little bit about the market. In the market right now, we're in the hot market, and the homes that you look at on Zillow, Redfin, or Realtor.com usually are just like recognized as the starting bid, because it's a very competitive market. And because of that, we want to put our best bid forward on our first time.
Okay.
Put in the offer, because the homes right now are having up to 5 to 8 offers. So we want to make sure that we put in a competitive bid. Saying that, besides your down payment, is there anything, any funds that you have put to the side that you'll be comfortable with putting towards bridging the gap because appraisals are usually lower than the buying price.
So when you say appraisals are lower than the buying price, can you kind of elaborate that on that a little bit?
Yes, because right now when you get a house appraised, it's usually appraising for around the starting bid that you see on Zillow and stuff. But the buying price is usually more than that. See that we put our best offer for it. So if you're buying a house for $450,000 and then appraised for $420,000, we would have to bridge that gap of the $30,000. Is there anything that you would have to put towards that?
I would say that I would be comfortable with like about $10,000.
Okay, $10,000. So we can work with that and then put in the offer towards that amount. So what I wanted to let you know is that here at the Camara Group, we're not just here as sellers. We're here to help you, and we're here to carry the heavy load of buying a home so that it makes it easier for you.
Okay.
I will provide you with the homes because I'm searching for you daily to find you a home that you would love. I'll contact other agents to work with, and I'm always going to be working hard to provide great service to you.
Okay.
So now hearing all of this, do you feel comfortable with having me as your agent?
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that.
Okay, definitely. So, okay. Yeah. So thank you for coming today.
Okay, so here's what we'll do, Karima. Some things that we need to fix. You got through it. You volunteered. It takes some cojones to say, hey, you know what? I want to be on the hot seat. So some things that we need to clean up, the 3 things. So, hey, Karima, now I want to talk the transitions, making just a smoother transition. So after the recap, so great. Did I miss anything? Awesome. So now I want to talk about this crazy hot market, Karima. And there's 3 things as somebody who's in the trenches that I've identified. And we go through the 3 things. I think what's happening is after you do the 5 to 7 offers, you're asking for what money that they're comfortable with spending before explaining the appraisal gap. So all we need to do is just make sure we get through the 3 and then ask after we explain the appraisal what funds they have set aside outside of what they already have. And then as far as what we do differently at the Camara Group, like I said, you've gotten better at it. We just need to continue to practice that. I know you're LEED certified, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we need to do, what's really important is after we get LEED certified, and this is a good reminder for everyone on here, is we got to continue to work those scripts. The reason why is that the easier they get for us, the easier our buyers consultations get, the higher, client retention we have, and the more people we get to help. So
the problem is usually with me is the transitions, like from one subject to the next.
Okay.
My transitions are always
so then what I would suggest is after you ask the recap and you go over everything, and then did I miss anything? No. Okay, awesome. Well, now I want to talk to you about this crazy hot market, Karima, as somebody who's in the trenches. And then when you go into the appraisal gap and you go, so outside of your down payment and closing costs, what funds are you comfortable with spending if we run into an appraisal gap? And then let's say you say $10,000 and say, okay, great. Well, I know we talked about what you're looking for. I know we talked about the market. Now I want to tell you what we do over at the Camara Group to help so many people like yourselves purchase home.
And then the transitions, it make it sound so much better. Like my transitions, I just hop onto the next subject, but you got to have those couple words. Okay, so now, and stuff like that.
Okay, perfect. No, does anybody else, Brittany, do you have any feedback?
I think, the transitions are really hard. Karima, you did good just navigating through it and knowing what slides were, important at what stage. And I'll just be honest with you, this is something I still struggle with, right? Which is why I'm continuously on these role plays, which is why I jump on the power hour. And even when Andre picks up a phone on the power hour, I end my call that I'm on so I can listen to his call. It just comes with practice. So even though it might be a little bit rough now and you're kind of, bridging that gap, okay, how do I transition from this now? It does get better the more that you throw yourself in the fire. So you know, we just got to keep working. But I can agree with you. Transitions are hard, and it just practice makes perfect, right? And listening to Andre and Travis go through that so seamlessly will help you too.
Yeah. Thank you.
And here's the thing, this is an investment. Like, we're investing in ourselves. Like, we're investing in our business by practicing this. I can't tell you, I you know, I don't like making phone calls, but like by being on these role plays and running the power hours, I've become so good, especially with the Google pay-per-click and the Zillows and the buyer's consultation and everything. And it's like, when I do it, it's just like second nature. Like, I'm not worried about anything because I know exactly what I need to say, how I need to say it. But it's because I keep practicing that. It's like, I'm going to start calling expireds again. Well, you know why I haven't called expireds? Is because if I try to call an expire right now, I wouldn't even know my freaking I wouldn't know anything. Like, not that I wouldn't know anything, but I would struggle with it, right? So why am I avoiding to make phone calls? You know, it expires is because I'm struggling with the script and I'm not practicing. So what did I do? I have it right here so I can start practicing it. And so the thing is the better that we all get at these, the investment that we continue to make in ourselves and bettering our scripts. You know, Karima, you said you don't want your husband to be the breadwinner. Like, you know, you practice your scripts, girl, and you continue to practice your scripts. Pretty soon, before you know it,
the buyer's consultation that I've been kind of, you know, it's the transitions from one thing to another. But I'm pretty good with the others. But yeah, the buyer's consultation is,
you know, and it's like, you know that. So just think about that every time I do my scripts. Like, this is what I need to do. And then you look at you, Brittany, you say, hey, you don't want to do the 9 to 5. So why, you know, so Brittany knows the reason why I don't want to do the 9 to 5. If I don't practice my scripts, I'm going to have to go back to the 9 to 5. You know, if I don't practice my scripts, I'm not going to be, my husband's going to continue to be the breadwinner. I think when we break it down that way, you know, and even for Jason Dukes, even for Helen, hey, if I don't practice my scripts, I can't pay for college for my kids. And my kids aren't going to no junior colleges, you know, they're going to some really good colleges, you know, Jason Dukes, hey, if I don't make my calls, I can't do that extra trip with my family. You know, we all talked about the things that were important to us, you guys. And I think that the more that we're in sync with each other on those things, the better we're going to get. So we know at the end of the day, what is it that we're taking away from if we don't make that investment in ourselves? And I think we can all agree that we each have different things, you know, but like with you being the breadwinner, Brittany not working the 9 to 5, Jason wanting to go spend more time with family, Helen wanting to pay for college, you know, Sarah wanting to pay for those trips, you know, when we boil it down that way, like, just think about that. Like, next time, if you don't practice your script or you get on the phone, you know, just remember why we're doing what we're doing. We all have a reason and a why and a purpose of what got us into real estate. And let's remember that. So when we're doing these scripts, when we're going through it, because I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't been having the easiest go around lately. I've been having a lot of things going on, but guess what? Like, I know that I still got to come to work and I got to show up and I got to make it happen. And I remember why I chose to do that. So just keep digging deep. Just keep digging deep. Just practice. I don't care if we're in different pods. I don't care if we're on different teams through a challenge. At the end of the day, we're a team, and together we can achieve more than we could even imagine. So, way to throw yourself to the fire. Helen, great job today. Julian, way to have some cojones and get on here. And everyone, hey, let's keep getting after it. It's Wednesday. We got 2 days to the end of the week. Let's all try to make our 100 phone calls. And I'm here for all you guys. And enjoy your anniversary too, by the way. He better be taking you out to a nice dinner.
He's waiting on me to get off the meetings with you guys. I was like, I'm not missing a meeting.
Oh, well then, you know what? Get out of here, girl. Go enjoy your anniversary. And everyone else, hey, thank you so much for your participation, guys. And I'm telling you, this market might be tough. Interest rates, you know, I want to wait for the market to crash. Who cares? You know why? Because we are skilled, we are assassins, and we are going to make sure that people have a great experience, because we know at the Camara Group, they're going to get that with us because we invest in ourselves.
Andre?
All right. Yes.
I have 2 questions of objections that I got today. If
okay.
You have time.
Yeah, I got time.
The first one was, I don't remember registering on anything. So how do you go after that? What do you say?
I say, oh, you don't remember registering? I said, that's interesting because it does show that somebody with your name and your email and phone number did register on our website. Were you looking at homes by chance over in X area?
Okay. And what about not interested?
So, so I hear I get it, Helen, and you're not interested. If you don't mind me asking, what's changed?
Okay.
So when they say not interested, say, hey, I get you're not interested, but just quick question for you. What changed? Or if you don't mind me asking, what changed?
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Anyone else have any objections that they had on phone calls that they want to go over now? I know Brittany got one that like it's like probably the second time I've heard it was like, I don't feel comfortable working with a female realtor because I'm jealous.
What?
So what I will say, and let me just chime in because you guys, I've had a rough couple of weeks. You guys have seen me get on here. You guys have seen me stumble on role plays, and it's because of my mindset. Like my mindset was not in the place of like, hey, I'm helping and I'm educating people buy real estate. And then I was on a phone call. I talked to Jordan, I talked to Andre, and it was this mindset shift. But I was on a phone call with someone yesterday, and they asked one of the most simplest real estate questions that I was like, how do you not know this? And I want to encourage you to kind of take a step back and realize that we're in real estate and we know real estate terms and we know how this all works because we are in it. We're in the trenches every day. So the minute you pull yourself back from that and you kind of start educating people in regards to like handling objections, you know, like when they say 6 months, we're like, okay, well, 6 months is going to come around really quickly. Like we want you to be prepared. It's all coming from this place of, hey, let me help you. You know, you're raising your hand, you're asking for help. Let me help you. I'm the teacher. I'm the guidance counselor, essentially. And that has taken a huge turning point in my conversation. So when I do get objections like this, you know, when Andre's saying like this lady, she came right out of the gate and she was like, I'm not comfortable working with a female agent. I'm like, hey, no problem then. If that's not what makes you comfortable through this big process, we have other agents in the office that would be happy to help you that are male that would make you feel more comfortable. So in the sense of like handling objections, we're so embedded in that script. I just want to encourage you to listen and provide a solution for what they're telling you. Not necessarily make it to the buyer's consult, not necessarily like take the first question or the first roadblock that they are telling you and navigate through that before you move on to the next thing, that ultimately leads you to a buyer's consult because you've built that rapport with them and you're coming from like an educational basis instead of, I just want to get you in a home.
Yeah. You know what's the things too, you guys, is like once you get comfortable with it, like if Brittany told me, you know, Brittany tell me, hey, you know what, I don't feel comfortable working with a male. Go ahead and give me that. You guys want to see some funny, this is the kind of stuff that I do, but it's like also lightens the mood. So go ahead. Hey,
you know, Andre, I really just do not prefer to work with male. It's nothing on you. I just, you know, females make me more comfortable. Females help me be a little bit more vulnerable. So like, sorry, but I really just don't want to use a male as my agent.
Well, I hear you, Brittany, but today, like, thankfully, I do identify as female, so I can certainly assist you. But I'm just kidding, Brittany. Look, I get it. I want you to work with who you feel comfortable with. And the great thing about the Camara Group is that we have several agents. So I definitely would love to get you in contact with one of our female agents. Actually, I know someone off the top of my head. Her actual name is Brittany as well, too. She does a fantastic job. And so what I'm going to do is as soon as we hop off the phone, I'll go ahead and get you in contact with Brittany, and we'll get you taken care of. Sound fair?
Sounds fair. That would be great, Andre. Thanks for that. I appreciate it.
No problem. So what's going to happen if somebody assumes that I'm a dude, right? In this day and age, we don't know, you know, because I've put my foot in my mouth and assume. But by doing that, you see how most people would be like, if I could have been like, oh, all right, bye, right? Instead, I was like, hey, you know what? Thank God I don't identify as a man today. Right. And what happened is Brittany laughed a little bit. So you'll find different things in which you can do to interact with people to like lighten the mood, but don't look at it as like it's freaking you out. Just look at it as a challenge. So when people tell me interest rates, it's like, hey, you know what? Everybody, you know, feels the same way you do about interest rates. But let me ask you, like, You know, what makes you think that interest rates are going to change, and how long have you been waiting for that change? Very mature. You're challenging their objection, and you're asking them to think so they can provide you with an answer. And what happens is when they give you an answer, when you ask the right question, it gives you an opportunity to continue to build value with them and build credibility with them. And then what happens is by asking good questions and by building credibility, you have them engaged, you have them realizing you're not just another agent, right? And now we're really getting down to where we need. So just think about it. Every time they challenge you with an objection, challenge them back with a great question. Like if you just do that, anytime we get an objection, like I'm waiting for the market to crash. Like, hey, I get it, Brittany. Like a lot of people have been waiting for the market to crash. But if you don't mind me asking, like how long have you been waiting and how's that been working out for you?
Another question you can ask when they say that, because a lot of people are going to say that right now. And I would encourage you. Last week, I had a meeting with Carrie. She's our real estate coach. She turned me on to keeping current matters. And so for the last however many days, 5-6 days, I've been jumping on something real estate related every morning before I do my calls. So I'm already in the mindset that experts are giving me this information. Experts are already saying that the market is not going to crash. Are we going to see it level out a little bit? Yes, of course. So use those pieces of information to your advantage, even if it's the same video every day that gets you in the mindset of like, no, I do know what the market's doing. I do know how to navigate through this. And then ask them. They're like, oh, I'm waiting for the market to crash. Like, where did you get the information that the market is going to crash? Where did you get that information? Let me tell you some statistics. Let me tell you that, you know, XYZ, however you want to navigate that conversation after that. But I think especially as a newer agent, knowing the history and getting embedded in real estate terminology and hearing other people talk real estate will help you handle some of those objections better too.
Definitely, Brittany. That's why, excuse me. That's why I like listening to you guys, because, you know, hearing you guys talk helps me talk. So.
Yep.
That's like.
No, that's good. Well, if we don't have anything else, then we're good to go. But I appreciate everybody being on the call. But like I said, guys, like we are assassins. We provide a level of service that people aren't going to get anywhere. So we're selfish. We're very selfish if we don't let these people know and convince them that if they don't work with us, they're not going to have a great experience. Like really put that in your head. Like we all have gifts. We're a part of this team, you know? And we need to go out there and make sure that like these people are getting the best care and the best level of service. And they can only do that if we pick up that phone and dial. We can only do that if we practice our scripts so we can get better at talking to them on their phone. We can only do that if we remember that if we don't make those phone calls, what that's going to do for their real estate experience and what that's going to do for our purpose and our why as to why we got into real estate. So on that note, I appreciate all of you. Y'all are a bunch of badasses. And it's 11:52. You know, what are we going to do in the next hour or 2 hours to separate ourselves from our competition? You know, whether it's studying scripts, making phone calls. So I'm here for you. Brittany's here for you. Jordan, Travis, you know, we're all here for you. So if you guys need anything, let us know. Other than that, go kick some ass and make it happen today. Peace.